still hurts a little bit, doesn't it? Chelsea lost 4-0 to Manchester United yesterday. This is the George Benson Football Channel. Welcome back to a brand new series on the channel called Chelsea Fans React. This is a series that is going to come after my 6 Things We Learnt series that will be happening after every Chelsea game this season, be it the Carabao Cup, be it a boring 0-0 draw, extra time, penalty shootout, whatever it may be. Both of these 2 series, of course, the 6 Things We Learnt is definitely coming every video. If you guys enjoy this Chelsea Fans React video today, let me know by hitting the like button on the video and let me know your thoughts on the new series in the comments down below. So before we get into things, I want to tell you a little bit about my thoughts behind why I'm doing this and what I don't want it to become before anything else. I said on social media in particular that I didn't really want my channel to be a reactive channel in the sense that I'm just trying to put a load of Chelsea voices together to be either angry, happy or sad. The way I want to integrate other people into my videos is by first of all giving my opinions and then drawing up the conversation. You'll notice at the end of all my videos I always say the conversation doesn't end here, which is me trying to get you guys to comment so that it's not just me giving my opinions. And with 6 Things We Learn, what I try and do with it is I try not to look on social media, because social media when it comes to a football sense is the most reactive of opinions in terms of people don't really give it chance to settle, people don't really analyse anything. It's simply what was the score, are we happy or are we pissed off? That's kind of the way it goes. So when I do my 6 Things We Learnt video, I try and make it the 6 things that I feel like I learned that I want to share with you. And as I continue the conversation with you guys commenting in the comments down below and engaging with the posts that I do put up on Twitter and things like that, this enables me to get a bigger picture overview as to where we should be feeling as Chelsea fans. Right now, there's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of anger at decisions, there's a lot of aggression, there's a lot of why did we get rid of Sarri for this? There's so many things going on. And with this series, Chelsea Fans React, it is me basically using my audience, you guys, to make my content for me. That came across the complete wrong way. This is my way of getting you involved, was the polite, nice way of me saying what I just said. So what this series is going to do is it gives us an extra 24 hours to think about what actually happened, to be a little bit more rounded, potentially a bit more objective about things, and this is it. So of course, the whole purpose of this is for me to give my opinions on your opinions, which in turn keeps the conversation rolling. You see where I'm going with this? It all makes sense now. That's why I say things like that at the end of my videos. So the first thing that I did on Twitter was say, Chelsea fans, ellipsis, need your input for a new series starting tomorrow. A few questions coming up in this thread, ellipsis. Today's best player. Now I put these 4 players in the best player because I wanted to see, first of all, I don't actually believe that Mason Mount was the best player yesterday. I think that he didn't have the worst Premier League debut considering the result, and it would be very easy for all of us to just throw the blame on a youngster who's making his debut or on the manager who has chosen a youngster making his debut in a game like that away at Manchester United. So I put Mason Mount in there and he actually came second in this poll. I thought Jorginho and Kovacic both did quite well in the middle. Obviously Kante came on in the second half. He's too good of a player not to bring on if he's in the squad when you're getting beaten the way we were. Emerson was the #1 player. In my opinion yesterday also because of what he did going forward. I'm not disregarding what he did defensively. I do think he didn't have the most incredible game from a defensive sense, but as an attacking outlet, when you lose 4-0, if 2 of those Emerson shots, hypothetically of course, would have gone in, we'd have been sat here thinking 4-2, it's not as bad as 4-0. And in terms of the way we tried to score goals, Emerson was one of the more likely ones to do so. So rightly so, in my opinion, you guys have said that Emerson was in fact the best player yesterday, according to Twitter. So obviously if we're talking about the best player in a 4-0 loss, it would be a bit stupid really, wouldn't it, to not ask the question about who you thought the worst player was yesterday. And I put together Zuma, Azpilicueta, Pedro and Barkley. Ross Barkley was a bit of a banana skin again. It was me just trying to test the waters a little bit, because I don't think Ross Barkley had a bad game at all, but I do feel as though when it comes to footballing opinion, when someone's spoken so highly about someone, as I have done on a consistent basis with Ross Barkley in pre-season, as have many other people, I think it's very easy if someone doesn't perform up to that standard for us to scapegoat those people as well. So I stuck Ross in there alongside Pedro, Azpilicueta and Kurt Zuma, who were the other 3 players who I think didn't really cover themselves in a ton of glory yesterday, and Kurt Zuma overwhelmingly won that poll with 67% of the vote as to the worst player on the pitch. I think the poll's got like 3,500 votes, so if you don't yet follow me on Twitter, that number can go up, so links in the description and you guys can get involved next time. I then went on to take a look at what people said about where Chelsea can expect to finish after seeing the 4-0 defeat. I said champions as one option, top 4, 4th to 6th, and 7 to 20th. 4% of people have got the tinted rose glasses on. They said that we are going to finish as champions, which doesn't look likely after match week number 1 in 19th position. However, we're only 3 points behind. Let's not give up hope yet. 16% said top 4. I'm still in that category, just to clarify. 57% say 4th to 6th, and 23% think 7 to 20th. I kind of guessed that because I'm a bit stupid, really, aren't I? I put 4 to 6. It should have been 5 to 6 because, well, top 4, you're either in the top 4 or you're not in the top 4. Is pretty self-explanatory, so I apologise for my erratic behaviour, one could say, with that one. The majority of people, from looking at this poll, don't believe Chelsea are going to finish in the top 4, and having gauged the comment sections of a lot of my predictions videos and a lot of my videos I made from Chelsea during pre-season, most people don't actually think, even before the match yesterday, that we were going to finish in the top 4 anyway. But I just wanted to add this little one in there as well because it did make me laugh. You got Chris, our boy $20 Trill, on social media. Those of you choosing top 4 or 4 to 6, 5 to 6, must have been watching a different match than I was this afternoon. I will legit cut up my hat and make a sandwich out of it if we even sniff 6th place. Well, Chris, even your dog, who's a bloody beautiful little fella in that picture, won't be eating that sandwich made out of your hat. So I wouldn't waste your time with that one, but crazy things have happened and Chelsea finished in the top 4 this season. That's true. So that gives us a little bit of an overview as to what was going on Twitter as a result of the reaction to the defeat yesterday to Manchester United. As well as that, I put out a little post on the community page on YouTube. Anthony, no, that's a butchering, I'm sorry. Anthony 7 O'Loughlin, oh no, I've really stuck this one. O'Loughlin, sorry. Best player was Emerson, worst was Pedro and Zuma. 2 changes from Anthony, number 7. Azpilicueta in for Zuma at centre-back, first talking point, and Pulisic in for Pedro. Both of these things yesterday that we saw, Zuma playing centre-back, Azpilicueta playing in centre-back. He says here, Azpi in for Zuma. We've seen Azpilicueta play in a centre-back position for Chelsea before. It was when we had Victor Moses and Marcus Alonso playing in the wing-back roles under Antonio Conte. Azpilicueta was pretty good there. We've also seen him play at left-back, where he was also quite good, but I certainly wouldn't remove Emerson to put Azpilicueta in at left back. Yesterday there was definitely an issue with Azpilicueta, particularly when he was going forward. I think that, to give him credit, the crossing was better than at times that we saw in pre-season, but it was Man United's counter-attack which left us completely open at the back, and Azpilicueta just didn't seem to have the pace in order to get back to counter the Man United counter-attack, to actually just stop it in its tracks. He was busy sprinting back and just not making it, which is an issue, and we need someone who's going to be quick, Reece James. So Azpi in a centre-back position, I'm not sure we're going to see it. I'm not sure it's a great idea. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Pulisic in for Pedro. I think a lot of people now are pretty much seeing that Pedro isn't able to play at the same intensity, even though he works so hard. I feel as though when he is on the ball, he's giving it away too often, and it's a result of his age, and it's a result of playing against a team like Man United who are very quick on the counter, and it puts Pedro under a lot of pressure. So I want to see Pulisic coming in for Pedro in the game against Leicester also. Next comment is from just Zach. My best player would have to be Jorginho. For his distribution when starting an attack, worst player Zuma, just general sloppy, but maybe he will start to ease in to be better like he was last season. The 2 changes would have to be Pulisic instead of Barkley. Barkley had an amazing pre-season, but when it comes to the play against top teams such as Man United, he's obviously not the man, and also Kante in for Kovacic. I think we can all agree that when Kante is fully fit, he's definitely going to come into the midfield for either Jorginho and Kovacic. And because of what Jorginho brings, Zach here also said his distribution yesterday was very good. I thought so too. So I think despite the way that Kovacic dribbles and the way he holds the ball and what he offers to Chelsea in terms of being a versatile midfielder who can not only distribute with passes but also can dribble at the same time, I feel as though it's quite obvious that Kante is going to come in for Kovacic over Jorginho. So Jorginho and Kante to play in that 2 pivot in the middle. Said it again. We've also got this kind of opinion from Zach, and I said yesterday I didn't want to get into any debates about excuses, and saying that we're mad because there were no VAR checks for the 2 goals is an excuse, and again, when it's done, it's done. You can only deal with what is then put in front of you. The worst player, according to Marco, was in fact the referee. An absolutely diabolical performance. 3 words that just go brilliantly together, don't they? Shocking! We've got like a double ellipsis here. That is a wow. Missed the foul on Abraham scam that led to the 2-0 and didn't stop the play with Zuma's head injury. Ruined the game completely. Shambolic performance. Hashtag ref out. I actually like that story a lot more than I like the hashtag Lampard out stuff. I addressed it at the end of the video yesterday. Nobody really, surely, like, are we actually, is people actually talking about that? Are people actually thinking, get rid of Frank Lampard now? Does anyone actually have any logical reason as to why Frank Lampard should just be sacked right now as Chelsea manager after a 4-0 defeat? We've had more than 24 hours now to actually cope with the game. Well, that's a lie. We've not quite had 24 hours. I get these videos out far too quickly. But surely not. Really? It's definitely very clear from looking at all of your feedback that Zuma at centre-back is not what we want to see against Leicester. I'm not saying that we're all giving up on Zuma. I just think that we've got to at least try something else. And Azpilicueta at right-back is definitely something that is up for debate right now. But until Reece James come back from injury, I don't see that changing. And Pulisic in for Pedro. Those are the obvious ones and the most popular ones from what I have seen from Chelsea fans' reactions in the previous 24 hours since the end of the game against Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching this video today. As I said at the start, it's a brand new series. I think there's definitely going to be different things that I do with it moving forward, but I just wanted to carry on the conversation, get you guys involved, and I just also wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who is leaving comments on these videos, everyone that is liking the videos. It's been amazing to see such great engagement from all of you guys on the videos I'm making here on the channel, and I want you all to feel a part of it. So I can't show everybody's comment because I would not be able to edit the video because there's hundreds of them per video. But yeah, these were some of the more popular ones on the community post, and I hope you guys enjoyed this today. Thank you for watching. I love you all. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.